I like to call him the wide receiver whisperer. Curtis Johnson's with us here. And Coach, happy draft weekend to you. I know not just for the front office guys, but for you all and the coaching staff, this is an exciting weekend for you all as well, isn't it?
Absolutely. You know, you always want to see what you can get out of the draft. Somebody can come in and help you out. It doesn't matter what position, you know, who the player is. You just want another body, another able person that can come and help your team win.
You've got young wide receivers currently on the roster. Perhaps you'll have more to talk about after this weekend. The transition for these guys now from the college game to the pro game, and you've coached at both levels, what's that leap like for those guys?
You know, sometimes it's a little tougher, you know, nowadays just because so much spread offense that's going on in college, you know, so much design plays for design guys. When you come in here, you got to learn a lot. You know, Sean and Drew, they do a phenomenal job with the offense, you know, amongst other guys, Pete and those guys. So myself and RC, we just got to get them ready to play as soon as possible. And the smarter guys, you generally play faster, and most of the guys we draft here will be smart guys.
You're so busy during the season, their season too, the college football season. CJ, do you watch a lot of tape on those guys when you're finally done at the end of the postseason?
Absolutely. I thought, you know, I think Jeff Island does a phenomenal job getting the tape to us. You know, myself and RC, we've combed the country, and DJ Williams also, watching all type of guys, working guys out. He was at Auburn, and he was at Ole Miss. I was at Alabama, in Ohio State, and West Virginia. So we were all over watching guys. So I think we covered the gamut of receivers.
When you watch a wide receiver, CJ, do you say that's a slot guy? That's the guy that I can play at the Z or the X or the Y? Or do you look at simply, I can do a lot with this guy and we'll figure it out from there?
Yeah, between me and RC, we look at guys and we collaborate on them. We just like to figure it out. We don't like to put a label because that's putting a ceiling on a guy. You know, you look at what we've done in the past, you know, with Marcus Colston and guys like that. They put him at outside guy. All of a sudden we got him in here, man. He played inside, outside. We moved Michael Thomas inside. As anywhere we could get him on the field, we just won't get him the ball. So we like to do that with our receivers.
What was it about Michael Thomas that prompted the change? Because I wanted to bring him up. Obviously, he's a part of these very successful recent drafts.
You know what? He's very smart. You know, and when you're smart, you can play a variety of different positions. He's a guy that stays late. He'll come in. He'll be around all day. He watches a lot of film. He understands the competition. He understands the overall game. And so he and Drew has a certain chemistry. And once you got that chemistry, I think you can move guys all over the field.
Have you looked at this class and said to yourself, deep, not deep? I'm getting mixed reviews from around the country.
Well, I like specific guys in this and what they can do. I like to slot them in a way they can help us. So, and I think, you know, there's a lot of guys out there that can help us to be a better football team.
Is there a conference that's producing better wide receivers than others right now?
No, I don't think so. I mean, you look for recent years, if you start tracking, in which we do, you know, Clemson has had a run on them. Alabama's always had a good run. You look at the Ohio State guys, they're being successful out there. You know, there's a couple guys from Florida State, Miami, and in Florida. So, I mean, they're all over. You know, you just want to pick the best guy that can fit your program.
They seem to follow each other. You know, I know Ole Miss is in that conversation this year. And so it seems to me that means we'll see another Ole Miss wide receiver wanting to follow Metcalf and that crew coming out of this draft.
Absolutely, and that's what happens. You know, you got Metcalf and Brown, so all of a sudden, you know, those kids going to look up and who are in high school and going to say, wow, if I go to Ole Miss, they catching a lot of balls. I want to play for those coaches. So
there's nothing like the eyeball test for you guys. But then again, we always see the measurables too. CJ, in this day and age of football, what measurables do you think are more important to translate to the pro game?
You know, I just think the variety. If you got a guy that can play in and out in a variety of different positions, if he can catch and run with the ball, go deep, and run some short patterns, you know, you can work with, you know, just give us something to work with, and I think we'll do a phenomenal job with him.
When we look at the Saints wide receiver core right now, if nothing were to happen with this draft this weekend, moving forward, all good?
I'd be pleased.
Yeah.
I'd be pleased because the development of Traquan Smith, I think he's going to be a very good player. Then Keith Kirkwood, who's a pleasant surprise. Austin Carr. Hopefully we can get Cam Meredith back, and Ted Ginn has some more in the tank, along with Mike and Simi Cobb and guys like that. You know, you really pleased at what you got, but you also like to add something, just a little something different, as we say down here, a little lanyard.
I see that. Good luck this weekend.
Thank you very much.